Welcome to the S&M Sports Talk Podcast. I'm Sharuk, and I'm here with Misty.
Hey, everybody.
Huge news. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Tiger Woods finally did it. It took 11 years. I am stoked. From 2008 until now, he has had a major drought. So many, quote-unquote haters. I hate to use that word, but, so many haters, so many doubters, so many disbelievers, so many people that question his moral, blah, 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 blah. But, who cares? I watch him for golf. I don't watch him for, marital advice and counseling and how to be a human being.
It's probably a good thing.
Exactly. But no, come on. Hey, people make mistakes. I am so stoked. I was just really impressed with how well he did. It wasn't just, this wasn't like the 2000s Tiger Woods where he took that 6-7 stroke lead and just, no turning back.
It was close.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, there was a point where I went, let's see here. I think he had a 1-stroke lead, and I went to go to take a shower because I was so sleepy. It was at 8:30 in the morning, Central.
It was early.
Yeah, I went to bed at 4 a.m. And I think you, I guess, woke me up, and I just like slogged on the couch.
I woke you up, or the baby woke you up,
or whatever. And I saw like every other hole, and I was like dozing off. So I went to go for a shower, and while I was showering, I was like, man, you know what? This is going to be like every other time in the past 11 years where...
It's happened a few times, right? He had like a lead, or he was tied for the lead, and then just womp.
He sniffs right in that upper 1, 2, 3 spot.
Just enough for you to think he's going to do it.
And you think that red shirt is going to take over on Sunday, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, he hits it into the sand, and then, it rolls off the green, and here we go again. So I was... For some reason, I could not get my heart rate in control. Like I was so jacked about this.
You're really invested.
I was. So
did you bet money on this?
I did not.
You should have.
I did not.
Did you see that guy that bet like $85,000 on Tiger Woods and he won like $1.2 million?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Good for that guy.
Phenomenal.
If that guy's listening, please contact us.
Yeah. So and you know what? I have never been more happy to be wrong. Last week I said. I think he will win a major this year, but it won't be the Masters.
I told you I didn't think it would ever happen again.
Yeah, because the last time he won at Augusta, I believe it was 05, so 14 years. Right, yeah. And ever since then, he sniffed close, but he hasn't won there. Mm. So I was just using that kind of as my play. Like, I think he'll win 1 this year and 2 next year.
Just probably not that one.
And I even said that last year. Last year when he made his first comeback, I was like, he's not going to win this year. He's too rusty, so it's going to be at least next year. Mm-hmm. I did not think he was going to win Augusta, but man, I am so stoked.
He seemed pretty stoked about it too.
You know what the crazy thing is? If you look at the last 6 holes, right? Because he overtook the lead, I believe, at 12. That's when the score flipped on the 12th.
I don't know. I fell asleep, and he was not winning.
I know. Misty was like, golf. I was like,
hey, you have a toddler that takes a nap? You take a nap, my friend.
Yeah.
But that's smart parenting.
But the 12th hole is when the scores kind of flipped. Mm-hmm. And he looked cool as a cucumber. Mm. He didn't wince. He didn't make like, weird gesticulations. He didn't make any weird facial expressions. He was just cool. He does the same thing. Zone? I don't even...
Is that what you mean? Like focused? Or something?
It was focused, but he was loose.
Oh, I see. So like comfortable.
Yeah, in the mid-2000s when he was killing folks, like he had the zoned appearance, but he wasn't loose. He was fierce, he was ready to,
like intense.
Yeah, to put the step on the throat. This time he was like he was focused, but it was like loose. It was like calm. Like it was really weird to see. Mm. And he does the same thing he always does. He hits a shot. It's a glorious shot by everybody in the world standards, and he's still kind of muttering. You can see himself talking to himself like, damn it, Tiger, I should have gone 4 inches to the left.
When you start playing a game when you're, like 2 or 3 years old, yeah. Like I imagine you're very critical of yourself.
Such a cute video, like his father and him.
And he had little like plastic golf clubs, right?
Yeah, he had the hat and everything, and he was putting. Yeah. And can you imagine, like, man, he spoke that into existence, like his dad did. He was like, this guy's going to be the greatest golfer in the world.
He took a lesson from LeVar Ball.
Oh, shush. We can't even speak that damn name. But yeah, I am so jazzed. I'm so happy.
It was fun to watch. I admittedly don't love golf, but it was very fun to watch.
Obviously, I missed Thursday and Friday because I was stuck in traffic commuting back from work. Friday night blew out a tire, so Saturday morning I spent pretty much all day at the tire shop. So I missed that, unfortunately. And the Goodyear in the Cinco Ranch area had some weird like
not golf.
No, yeah, it was like it was a boxer, but like it was sad. Like the dad was talking about how much they struggled.
Oh, it was like a story.
Yeah,
like
and I'm sitting there. I'm like, we got the Masters on. Like, and
there's other stuff to watch.
Yeah, people. And the employee was intently watching because I was like, for the hour plus I was there, I was the only customer.
Maybe he was really interested in that boxer.
I know, but I wanted to be like, hey,
what are you doing?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, the Masters are on.
Can you watch on your phone? It's 2019.
No, I don't want to do that. It's so annoying.
That's you then.
No,
don't complain.
No, you know what? I don't want to be one of those nerds that's like.
You couldn't watch on the 12-inch TV, the tube TV at the Goodyear place, and you're too good to watch on your phone. So
okay, so then let's watch the new episode of Game of Thrones on our phones real quick. Let's get the headphone splitter.
That's a little different. I would watch sports.
No, I watch like the 4K because I got to see every blade of grass because I got to know how deep the ball is.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, congratulations, Tiger Woods.
Oh man,
I didn't think it would happen.
Man, there's so you gotta understand. So ESPN.com used to have live chat on their stories and their.
It's got bad idea written all over it.
Man. You know how many people hate this guy?
Yeah, I can imagine.
They just talk so much smack about him.
You know what? People do it under the guise of like, oh, he's a cheater.
Right.
Oh, he did all these bad things. But people were hating on him before he cheated on his wife.
Yeah, I know.
So
I don't understand. It's for me
because people hate success. It's no different than I don't like LeBron James either. But any successful athlete has just as many people who hate them as people who love them. It's part of it.
I don't know.
Really? You don't think that lots of people hate Venus Williams or Serena Williams?
Well, yes.
Or like it's the same. That's how it is.
I don't know many that hate Dirk. We'll get to Dirk in a second, by the way.
He's kind of an interesting phenomenon.
I don't know many that hated Akeem Olajuwon.
Before my time, I can't speak on it.
It's not really before your time.
Before I was really into basketball.
Okay, that works.
I can't speak on people hating Akeem Olajuwon.
Tim Duncan.
How can you hate Tim Duncan? He's like a doofus.
I love Tim Duncan. I love that guy. In fact, I actually do think he's the best. Well, God, he's. Yeah. Anyways,
we are going down a path here.
So Tiger Woods, the Masters, right? So the last couple of holes. Okay, so Molinari, such a beautiful name, Francesco Molinari.
Who had the lead for a good amount of the tournament, right?
Yeah, and
this poor guy.
On Saturday, I was like, this guy will not leave because I was looking at the score app.
Yeah.
While I was at the tire shop.
Oh, not too good to look at the app, just to watch it.
Oh, shut your mouth. But I was sitting there, and I was like, oh my God, would you just, would you
mess up?
Yeah, mess up, like God. And he would not go away. He had a.
Speaking of cool as a cucumber, like what I did watch, that guy looked like he was just cruising on a Saturday afternoon. Like, he did not look nervous at all.
We had to get in the Margarita pizza after the tournament.
Oh my God. We apologize to every Italian that's listening. That was so bad.
Hey, at least I didn't say Italian.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Anyways, but no, Molinari, he was, man, the guy was playing so amazing. Like, I think he took the lead on Friday. Definitely Saturday and Sunday up until the 12th hole.
Is he like an up and comer? By the way, I've just never heard this name before.
He's actually pretty well. He's doing pretty well. Okay. He's a good golfer. I like him a lot. And also Tony Finau. Mm-hmm. He was also in the mix. He had a really bad hole. And then of course, one of my favorite, I guess you could call him up and comers, Brooks Koepka. Mm-hmm. Dude is awesome. One of the nicest interviews you'll ever see.
He does not look like a golfer at all to me.
I know. He looks like the super buff guy who's trying to like sell you protein powder at 24 Hour Fitness, right?
Yeah. That guy that always works at GNC, like the vitamin store, who's trying to convince you to buy 18 bottles of vitamins.
Yeah, like I walk in there like, oh bro, you need mass gainer. I was like, no, my friend.
I don't. I need mass reducer.
Yeah, I don't need mass gainer, my friend.
Anyway.
You'll never. I have so many funny GNC stories. And anyways, I just so stoked. Brooks Koepka, it seriously is one of the finest like young players out there. He won a major last year, and you know God, he plays fierce. He plays smart. You know, he doesn't get like one thing if you haven't told. This is I guess our 10th episode. One thing if you can't tell, the thing I love the most is people that don't get too high, that don't get too low, that just kind of stay even keel. And he is the epitome of that. I really like him. On the 18th hole, Tiger was up 2, and Brooks had to nail a birdie shot, and it was actually, I think it was like an 8 feet. Yeah, it was maybe 8 feet, and it just sailed wide left. And that increases, so that then Tiger had to, at least get 5 for the win, and he ended up 2-putting it.
Well, you told me like, Misty, you need to see this.
Right.
This is it. Tiger's about to win. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. He's got to make this a long putt. I opened my eyes, and he literally had to putt 10 inches. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks for waking me up.
But even even his approach shot wasn't the best. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be an epic collapse. Because he even mentioned, Arnold Palmer. Is that a hard name to pronounce?
Arnold Palmer. Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Arnold Palmer had an epic collapse. Jack Nicklaus, good Lord, had an epic collapse.
Jack Nicklaus maybe too.
Even Tiger Woods had an epic collapse. I think 2009 or 2008. I don't remember who it was. It was versus Rocco Mediate. But yeah, it's just oh man, I can't tell you. I was on cloud 9 all day, texting people about Tiger, and then of course watching all the footage and the last time he won a major at Augusta, he was hugging his dad, who rest in peace has passed on. And to see him hug his kids, his son at least has never seen a major. I guess his daughter hasn't either. And then to see his mom and the funny thing is in the mid to late 90s when he turned from amateur to pro, we kind of grew up with this guy. We're this nerdy kid from Stanford who's this phenomenal golfer is supposed to change the world.
Guy,
yeah, and back then, a lot of us young people, minorities or whatever, even young folks, we weren't really into golf. It was mainly football and basketball,
right.
Especially being in Texas. Football first, basketball second.
Right.
Or sorry, football first, baseball second, basketball third.
I think before Tiger Woods, you didn't really have these young guys, right?
And, I mean, not that I know of.
Not in these big tournaments. Not right. Now. All these guys now are pretty young, right? Like you were saying, Brooks Koepka and Jordan Spieth for a while. Yeah. Ricky Fowler looks really young.
Right.
All these.
Go ahead.
Who's what? Jason Day.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna make fun of Jason Day. Do you guys?
He's pretty young, except when he's dizzy.
Do y'all know how awful Misty is?
Okay, can we just address the elephant in the room? He gets so conveniently dizzy, it's not even funny. He'll be like, oh, I'm not even going to do an Australian accent.
Oh, bloody mate. Bloody-o.
Okay, I'm going to hit my tee shot now. Oh, it went in the woods? Oh, it's because of my vertigo. Oh,
you're so mean. That's uncalled for.
I mean, it does seem a little convenient.
That is uncalled for. Jason Day is a fine golfer, and he seems to be a very, very nice dude.
I don't know.
That's just
something about it doesn't seem believable.
I need to give out your personal email address and phone number so people can know the real Misty.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't remember back in the 90s golfers being that young coming out or being, there was a great commercial actually. I think, it's probably 8 or 9 years ago. It was it was a split screen and Tiger was on the right side and this little white kid was on the left side, and it's Tiger Woods would hit it out of a bunker and this little white kid would chip it out into his washing machine, and then Tiger Woods would putt and this kid would putt on his carpet, and all of a sudden you see that little white kid was Rory McIlroy.
Oh, that's cute. I don't remember that.
And the commercial ends with I think Tiger drives or whatever, and then he shakes Rory's hand and it's Rory's turn to drive, and they both hit and I was man, nice. That's such a cool commercial because
cool.
Here's the thing. A lot of people think Tiger Woods, it's just about the whole minority aspect. No, it's not. He brought young people to an old man's game. Yeah, golf. Look, golf. I don't know what the ratings were at that time, but I know it was a severe boost when Tiger Woods started becoming dominant. And the thing about it is, we were asked a question a while back, what makes, what makes somebody like a legendary champion. You know, yeah, the rings are great, the trophies are great for golf, the jackets are great.
Innovating the game.
Innovating the game is great, but also like when you change everything about it, when you change the whole demographic.
Right.
Take me, for instance.
And a mentality, too.
Right.
Like, golf is kind of seen as a fun thing. Not by all of us.
Right. Oh, yeah, no.
Like, lots of kids have probably taken up golf just by seeing these young players. Now, I don't know if kids are as influenced now by Tiger Woods because he's older and he's been young kids now have grown up with Tiger Woods being part of golf.
But, you know, kids are now being influenced by Dustin Johnson.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there is a young generation of...
Yeah, like Ricky Fowler. If you want power, people are looking at Rory McIlroy and like Dustin Johnson, obviously, they're huge. If you're an alcoholic, people are looking at Patrick Reed. I'm just kidding. I just don't like the guy. Sorry. But yeah, like, you know...
Look at him giving Tiger that jacket.
Yeah,
That's what I heard today.
Oh, my God.
Look at him. I bet he's hating that.
Yeah, that little shit-eating grin. You know, he's like, oh, okay, let's get this over with. And did you notice right when you put the jacket on Tiger?
Oh, he's probably so nice. Don't make fun of him.
He's not nice.
Neither is Jason Day, big ol' faker.
Jason Day is really nice. But did you notice when Patrick Reed put the jacket on Tiger, he immediately like exited stage left?
He didn't.
I swear to God.
You're just imagine that. I mean, he probably did exactly what he was told to do.
I will give him one bit of props though. He did lose some weight. No, he looks like he trimmed down a lot. That's good.
Okay, so you're saying like, well, he's an asshole, but he looks skinnier now.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll appreciate the compliment.
What's an asshole that lost 60 pounds? A skinnier asshole.
That's called seeing the bright side.
Exactly. See, positivity.
Yes.
Positivity breeds positivity.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say like this is wonderful. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh man, that's it. Here we go. 3 more majors this year. He's gonna tie up the Golden Bears record.
You'll say that.
I probably will say that. But you know what? I still think this year, there's huge potential for Finau, Xander Schauffele, and I gotta put Rory Mac in there, kind of towards the bottom, because he's really streaky. When he's on, he's a killer.
No.
But if he's not in that mode, he'll play well Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday you're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Ricky Fowler is probably going to be up there on my list also. And Molinari. So those 5 players. Who did I say? Xander Schauffele, Troy Finau, Molinari, Rory Mac, and Ricky Fowler. So those 5 golfers, I think, have a shot at winning majors this year as well. They're always...
That's your hot take right there.
Yeah. Now, Xander is one that has now kind of gotten in the mix of things. And Finau from last year till now has been doing pretty well. I think they have a pretty decent shot. Like, they're always kind of in that range.
Right.
They're kind of in that range where if the chips fall in the correct order, bam, they got it. So that's what I'm thinking. But I'm still, before the next major, I'm still going to say, like, oh, Tiger Woods has a great shot. Because he does have a great shot.
Right.
He has proven it. 43 years old.
Yeah.
43 years old.
This is what I was going to get at.
Spinal fusion surgery. I believe both broken fibula.
I think so.
Yeah. Knee problems.
Just a constant barrage of
And
his body falling
the damn
apart.
security guard almost broke his ankle.
That moron, what was he looking at?
Dude, okay, so everybody's wearing cleats out there, and the security guards are wearing what, like penny loafers? Dude, slipped.
No, I think they were in cleats too.
I don't think so.
Oh, they weren't?
Cleats don't slip like that.
He didn't slip.
No, he did slip.
No, I don't think so. I think he tripped over Tiger Woods' foot.
If you look at his right... No, man. If you look at his right foot, he slipped
he fell into him? That's not how it looked when I saw it.
And the front spikes of Tiger's right foot were implanted, and his heel just went completely left. His right foot.
Well, it didn't seem to bother him too much.
But I know, as soon as I saw that, because you were like, oh, he's celebrating. I was like, no, that looks like pain.
I thought he stumbled.
Yeah.
I didn't see the guy.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, this would be the worst situation ever if he's like, oh, I got to withdraw.
So what do you think happened to that guy? That idiot?
Nah, you know what? Tiger was so cool. He's like, he didn't even care.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I was saying with the ESPN commentary thing is like, there's so many people that are like, oh, he'll never win. He's washed up, blah, blah. And this is such a great story. Like, For many times you've asked me like, why am I so jazzed about sports? Like, why do I equate sports to like religion and spirituality?
Mm-hmm.
It's because it gives people hope, man.
It's true.
You know, like if anybody, you could say like the chips were down and people kicked the guy while he's down for the past 6 to 8 to 10 years, in that range.
Mm-hmm.
If any athlete's gotten their ass kicked by public perception,
Some of it by his own accord.
fine, by media, it's got to be Tiger Woods. And for him to come out victorious, and you see the kids, and
They're cute.
yeah, they're super adorable. His mom is adorable too. And then
Did you see how she was hugging all the other
Yeah.
golfers?
Yep.
She was like such a little grandma, just like hugging everyone. Like, you did such a good job.
you know what I thought though?
What?
I thought, what if she's like the biggest troll? Like she looks so sweet and hugging everybody, but in their ears she's like,
Good job,
"Oh,
you lost."
Yeah, better luck next time, jackass." Like that would be so awesome.
Oh my God, I'm seeing his mom in a totally different light now.
No, but I digress. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to do any negativity with the story. I'm super happy that Tiger Woods won, and for the naysayers and the people that doubted him, kiss his ass.
I just have one question. Well, I want to say two things.
Sorry,
actually.
I
know
feel like
you
I feel like
just
I
took
took over the
over.
whole thing. I haven't, So I just want to kind of share like some like a little cheesy thing, like when he won, I we were sitting on the couch and I asked Missy, I was like, "Hey, do you know what song is going through my head?"
Oh my God.
And she's like, "What?" I go, "Do you remember when Kelly Clarkson won American Idol?" And I was like, "For a moment like this, some people wait a
Y'all.
lifetime."
Y'all, he's not kidding.
For the
He
most special
legit
kiss.
sang that song on the couch.
This is how happy I get with sports.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods is up there with my
Not
top.
We Are the Champions. Not like some cool
Oh
song.
man.
You went into Kelly Clarkson. Shout out
Kelly
hometown
Clarkson.
girl. But
Yeah, shout out Burleson, Texas.
yeah. Anyway.
Hey, did you go to high school with Kelly Clarkson?
No, I did not. God almighty. No, I didn't.
Has anybody ever asked you that before?
100 times.
Yeah.
All from your brother.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I just want to say that Tiger Woods is like my top 5 favorite athletes of all time.
Yes.
In there, we Troy Aikman, Akeem Olajuwon,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Modano, Mike Tyson. That's 5 right there. God, I got to put Dirk in there somewhere.
You can have 6.
All right, sorry, Modano. No, hell no. Sorry, Modano. I don't like hockey that much. Let's put Dirk in there. All right, so I'm sorry. I feel like I took over. I'm just so
No,
jazzed
no.
about Tiger. I'm going to get my Tiger Woods tattoo tomorrow morning.
I just had a question.
Yeah,
But,
what's up?
well, I just wanted to say something and then I have a question. I love
No,
how
Tiger's not his real name.
Oh, damn it. No, we were talking earlier too, like how funny it is that how much he's changed the game. Not just everyone always goes, like you said, everyone always goes for that minority angle, but also just like the way people act. It's almost like I think of it like Ken Griffey Jr. came in to baseball, wore his cap backwards.
cap.
Like people were like, ugh, why is this kid acting like this? Whatever.
kid.
But he totally changed the way people act on the field
Yep.
and in the, dugout and whatever. So Tiger Woods definitely did the same thing. I just think it's hilarious to watch and like the whole tournament, everybody's like, and then Tiger Woods wins and it's like a GD, like, I don't know, like
Right.
a crazy, it's like the Super Bowl, like,
Yep.
people are just like losing their
Right.
minds. It's so funny
It's like-
to see that on a golf course.
It's like when somebody else is golfing, they
Yeah.
do the golf clap.
Right.
When Tiger's up there, it's a damn NASCAR crowd.
It's so funny to see.
I will say this though, I was really upset that on 18 during Brooks Koepka's
I think it's Brooks.
that's hard.
Brooks Koepka.
Brooks Koepka's
Says, oh yeah.
shit, whatever.
Yeah.
During Brooks's swing, that there were people yelling like "Go Tiger!" Like
Oh, yeah.
I love the fandom
Sure.
and I love the hysteria, but that needs to stop. You need to respect
Right.
other players. But,
Sure, I totally agree.
But even Brooks, did you see his post game interview?
I did not.
The post match,
Post round?
post round interview. Perfect, thank you. Post tourney interview. I'll take that. They were asking him like, what do you think about Tiger Woods' win?
That's hard too. Tiger Woods is.
Yeah. And Brooks actually got like, you could see he was getting
Oh,
like a little
I did
emotional,
see
like
that,
a little tear.
actually, yeah.
Like you could tell that he was inspired most
like,
like about
felt good
Tiger
about it,
Woods,
yeah.
and he was like, "Man, I'm just so happy to see this,
Right.
and I'll compete for the next one." Like I
Right.
love that attitude. Like I love this kid,
Mm-hmm.
and man, I really see like good things for him in the
Going
future.
places.
Yeah, man, he's good.
We'll find out.
Unfortunately, I said that about Rory McIlroy back in the day, and he's done well, but he's kind of underwhelmed. But
Yeah.
hey,
There's still time.
you know, it's always easy to want somebody to be the number
Right.
one all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways.
My question.
Oh, goddamn, sorry.
Answer it quickly. We've gone on about Tiger Woods a long time. My question.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
I sort of asked you this earlier, but I'm curious because we didn't really get to talk about it. But like, so at what point does Tiger Woods hang it up? Like, did he just want to win one more? You know what I mean? His body is like disintegrating for real. Like you said that you told me earlier that you saw an interview with him where he like can't function for hours when he wakes up in the morning.
This was not this past off season, but the off season prior.
I'm
to
sure
that.
it hasn't gotten better. I'm sure it's only gotten worse.
Well, so he had that. So he had the spinal fusion surgery,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had to go back in there and clean it up because I think after like 2 tournaments, he was like, I can't do this, and that's when he sat out the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And I know during that off season, he was recovering and he was swinging like 100. First of all, he was swinging in his backyard. When you just think about Tiger Woods' backyard and he has a driving range in his backyard, it just makes me want to live there.
Right.
Anyways, and you know, he was saying like there were moments where like, you know, when he was picking up his son, like he couldn't lift his son off the ground, like because it's all lower back, right? And even that's post spinal fusion surgery, and you know, for me, you know, being kind of a newly minted dad, I'm like, yeah, it sucks. Like that's
That'd be really hard.
Yeah, like when I come home from work or when she wakes from her nap, like my first thing to do is like to kind of toss her in the air and like to not be able to
And
do that.
she wants you to pick her
Yeah.
up. That's the thing with kids. Like, they want to be
Yes.
picked up, and then you can't really explain to them.
Yeah, it's not like our daughter comes like, hey, Dad, you want to hang on the couch? No. First of all,
What up, bro?
that kid would be the shit, by the way. if we have another kid or if my daughter's like, hey, Dad, don't worry about picking me up. Let's just hang on the couch.
If she ever says, what's up, bro, to me, we're going to have problems. So
Hey,
what's
Mom.
the...
Hey, Mom. Lunchables, couch, 5 mins? All right, cool.
So what's the end game here for Tiger Woods, do you
So-
think? I'm not asking you to speak for him. You clearly don't know, but I'm just curious. Like, do you think he's going for that record? Do you
Yes.
think he'll keep going? At what point do you say, okay, I'm 40. I know he's 43 now, but at what point, like, okay, I'm 40-something years old. I've had 8, 10 surgeries. My body hurts. I've had a good career. Like, at what point do you say that?
There's 2 scenarios in my brain that he'll retire.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. When he wins the 19th major, which he's now 4 away from.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a ton. When he wins the 19th major, or when he's requiring another surgery.
So if he, like, injures himself again, you
Right.
think he'll say, like, that's
Yeah.
forget it. And not that I wish that. I'm just saying,
Right.
like, it's almost painful to watch him lose for such a long time.
Yeah, if his body like starts breaking down and
Starts? You mean keeps?
keeps
Yeah.
breaking down, then yeah, he'll retire. But I think in his brain he does have an arbitrary goal of
Like
either
breaking that.
tying or beating Jack
Yeah.
Nicklaus's record.
Yeah, maybe.
So, okay,
know.
so that's
All right,
that's our Tiger Woods talk. That's our Masters talk.
Congratulations, Tiger.
Oh, so stoked, so happy for you.
Congratulations to you. I know you've wanted this for a
I
long time.
have one of this. I have one.
Yes.
I have a couple of messages to write to some people that said that would never happen.
Am I one of those people?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I did say that.
Next on the board.
Dirk Nowitzki retired.
Ugh.
I don't
So
even
we-
want to talk about it.
yeah,
I've
we-
shed enough tears over this.
We go from a high to an extremely low.
It's not extremely low. He gave us 21
No.
incredible seasons.
Extremely low is I'm just sad.
Ugh, sucks. And then to see him like crying
Right.
during his last game, like
I just-
really crying.
Right. I just oh man. I don't even know where to start. So do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's so depressing.
All right.
Go ahead.
So having him retire, the funny thing is a lot of people, have asked me before, like, why do I take sports so seriously? Because I put a lot into it. I watch all the.
Do you?
No, yeah. Listen,
Haven't noticed.
I'm right there with them in the gym. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but you watch every game and you study the player and you know their background, you know their family life, you know all this stuff, and then it just
Especially when it's a player on your team, you see the
Yeah.
things they do around town, like the charity work they do,
I
the
am
funny stuff.
just as jazzed about Luka Doncic
Mm-hmm.
as I was mad about Dirk Nowitzki when he first came on our team.
Oh, right.
I was like, who is this
What a
weird
stupid decision.
chili bowl having weird, lanky dude? Like,
Why
why?
is his earring so big?
Yeah, like, why are we doing this? Like, God, would you guys sell the team? Little did I know, because, I didn't have any, there was no YouTube back in 98.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who the hell Dirk Nowitzki was. I knew he was from Würzburg, Germany. That's all we
there
heard
also
of.
wasn't this like surge of European players in the league, so
Yeah.
you probably thought like, what?
The
Why is
guy
this
changed the
European guy-
game forever. He is the reason for the word stretch four. He has a fourth position, which is going to be your power forward, and he stretches to go to the perimeter and shoots 3 balls. You can't do that. He's part of the 40-50-90 club. That means 40% from the 40% from 3-point land, 50% field goal percentage, and 90% from the free throws. Very few people have done that.
90%?
Yeah. Oh, he's a phenomenal free throw shooter.
Wow. I didn't realize it was
He's
that
one
high.
of 6 players to score 30,000 points. He is a league MVP. He is a finals champion, a finals MVP. He's anybody who lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or anybody who has ever looked up Dirk Nowitzki and understands what he means to that community. He does so much for the charities. So here's a nice little tidbit, especially for anybody that doesn't know about him. He has always not allowed cameras when he goes to. So okay, the Mavericks originally were contracted with, I believe, as Medical City Dallas for children, the Children's Hospital, and Dirk, when he first started with the team, loved this idea, but then they lost their contract or they lost their
They would
sponsorship.
go at Christmas. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Like they would take gifts at
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
So what Dirk did is he kept doing it every year, and the media was always like, "Oh, we want to go check it out." He's like, "No, this is my personal thing,"
Right.
and he would have his assistants, take the credit card.
Yeah. Like he would
And-
have them call the hospital,
Right.
have the nurses find out what the kids wanted for
Yep.
Christmas,
Yep.
make a list.
Yep.
Then he would give somebody a credit card or a couple people credit cards to send them out to toy stores to buy what the kids wanted.
And the kids and
And
the
then
kids.
wrap it and he would deliver them.
And also another not demographic, another people that we're forgetting, the siblings of those kids.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Because
yeah.
all the attention is on
Sure.
little Timmy
Uh-huh.
with cancer or whatever.
Right.
But we forget about little Billy who, he's only guilty of being a healthy kid.
Right.
Because he's not getting attention.
Yeah,
so
it's tough.
so Dirk would do that, and I think it was 2015 or
No,
16.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt?
Sure.
Not just take the toys, but help them unwrap
Yeah.
them and then play with it. He
Yeah.
would spend some
Oh, yeah.
time to play with the toys,
Yep.
whatever the dolls,
Yep.
cars, guitars, whatever.
And it was also that he would tell them like encouraging words, and so in 2015, I believe, or 2014, he finally allowed a camera crew to go there, and unfortunately, we only get to see 10 minutes of it. That's all the footage we saw, but man, that 10 minutes of footage is powerful.
Yeah.
Because what you don't see is that he had them like stop the recording and start back up, and we're like, okay, well that's kind of weird because they're kind of in the middle of a sentence. What ended up happening was he kind of broke down the elevator because
Oh, that's right.
one kid, I believe, was terminal. Of course, any kid in the hospital like that is gonna be a very sad story. Maybe his struck a personal chord with Dirk, and he didn't want to show any emotion. So he needed a few minutes to gather himself up, so the next kid that he goes to doesn't see like a crying faced Dirk. And that stuff like that is what makes this so much harder. Like
And he would have the kids call him Uncle Dirk, too.
Uncle Dirk, yeah, and he'd wear like the goofy white beard with the blue Santa hat, the Mavericks logo and all
Yeah.
that stuff. You and I saw a special that he did where he's
Tell
in.
him about the kid that he
Yeah.
was shooting
Yeah.
paper baskets
Oh
with.
man! And first of all, it's neutropenic precaution. So for those of you that are not in the medical field that don't understand that, what that means is you have to wear gloves, a gown, and a mask because the patient, their immune system is so depleted and so destroyed that even a slightly unhealthy cough from a healthy individual can make them sick. Like their immune system has to fight 24 hours a day just to keep them borderline, on the very bottom end of not sick. And so Dirk goes in there, full gown, gloves, mask. you know, and he asks his kid, hey man, what's your favorite team? And the kid says Miami Heat.
Yeah, I did.
And so, like, he's like, okay, let's play some one-on-one. So he bought one of those, you know, God, in the 90s, all the kids had it. 80s, all the kids had it.
The door hoop.
Yeah, the door hoop with
Yeah.
a little foam ball.
Yep.
And the kid was taking these shots, and Dirk was swatting them.
Yes, and this kid was like 8 or 9. Like,
Yeah.
he was small.
Yeah.
And Dirk was like, not in here.
He's
Like, knocking the
no,
mom out.
not
He's like,
today.
you picked the wrong team.
Yeah.
Not in here.
He's like,
and the
"Not
kid
to-"
was like cracking up. The mom was laughing.
He's like, not today, my friend.
I think the kid was like, okay, I like the Mavericks. And they
Right.
like let him make some baskets.
I
but then-
love
yeah,
that. So
it was really cute.
Dirk is I know Misty, he's a player that means a lot to you. When you first started watching basketball, he was the cornerstone of everything you knew about basketball.
The entire time
Yeah.
in my adult life that I have watched the Mavericks, Dirk has been on the floor.
And I think you started with Dirk, Nash, and Finley. Like
Yeah.
that's what you knew
Yes.
as your big three of basketball, because our big three of basketball growing up were what we call the 3Js. It was Jamal
Jason Kidd?
Mashburn, Jason Kidd, and Jim Jackson. So for you it was a little bit different. With Nash and Dirk and Finley, you got to kind of see a more high flying offense. Steve Nash with his circus acrobatic shots and his, you know, really awesome passes and stuff. And of course, Michael Finley being amazing, and Dirk, you know, learning learning the post game, and then, you know, playing well in the perimeter like he did in Europe. So I know for you, like, Dirk was kind of a big deal when you started transitioning watching basketball normally.
Him retiring for me was probably what it was like for Troy Aikman or
See,
someone to retire for you.
I don't even know why you'd bring that up right now.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's how I felt like a child. Even though I really started paying attention to basketball as an adult,
Right.
it felt like a childhood hero of mine was retiring.
Yeah, for me, Troy Aikman, his retirement speech was really rough
This is
because
probably not a good road to go down.
like,
Sorry.
you know, he was the man, you know.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
kidding. I'm kidding. But no, Dirk retiring. You know, it was
It was like bittersweet.
it was very bittersweet.
And you know he'll always be around. I don't think he will ever not be a part of the Mavericks organization. He didn't stick
Yeah.
around for 21 years
Right.
just to like abandon the whole organization because he retired.
Yep, I love that he said I moved from Germany 21 years ago, and you know, I've been a Texan ever since.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
Yep. He's really been in Texas longer than he was in Germany now
Right.
at this point.
Also, you know, there were so many like people in attendance of his very last game. There was Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen was there,
Larry Bird.
Sean Kemp. There's just so many different people that were there, and they showed so many videos of, like, you know, Greek Freak talking about, hey, you know, if you didn't play the way you did with the loyalty, you know, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably play a different position, but, you know, because of your one-legged fadeaway, aka the Dirk, you know, which is very heavily emulated throughout the league, you know, players had a new tool to use to make them more dominant, to make, you know, to stave off the defenses. All the tribute videos were awesome. You know, it brings a tear to your eye when you see, like, how loved he is. I can't remember the last time I remember an athlete so loved and adored by damn near everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it's
We
one
talked
thing.
about this. Like, I've never heard anyone say, I hate Dirk Nowitzki, except for them saying, I hate when my team had to play him.
For sure.
Which is totally understandable.
Right.
But as like a person, I don't think I've heard anyone say anything bad about him.
And, you know, as Dallas fans, we're super lucky to have, you know, we're a little spoiled by this, and I feel like we're about to be spoiled again with Luka. I kind of feel like the same characteristics.
I hope it pans out the way that you think
I'm
it will.
hoping the same loyalties. You know, I'm hoping that will occur, and the same hometown discounts to build a team around him. You know, it's so unfortunate that the Mavericks could not pull off better teams for Dirk.
Yeah.
You know,
But at least he won one.
Exactly. Yeah.
There are lots of greats who never got to win a championship.
Sure. Charles Barkley comes to mind. Patrick Ewing comes to mind.
And he won that championship with the oldest average team in the league.
Yeah.
So,
So, man, it is bittersweet, but, you know, I don't even know, like, next season watching basketball, look, I've experienced many seasons where Dirk is on the sideline because of an injury.
Of course. Yeah. I was going to say, he hasn't even been playing that much, really. Not like he used to, where the majority of the time he was on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been that way in a while.
That loyalty of 21 years of one team, I mean, you don't hear that in modern sports.
No.
Kobe Bryant did it 20 years.
Especially not basketball.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Kobe Bryant did it 20 years with the Lakers. Tim Duncan did it with the Spurs. I think his like 17 years. 21 years of one team. All the ups and downs.
Yeah.
And with Dallas, there's a lot of downs.
Yeah.
There were a lot of Game 7 Western Conference Finals where we have a lead and we choke it away.
Yeah.
And that was Dirk's reputation before 2011. You're
we
weak,
had like
you're
a big
soft.
first round exit reputation.
Oh,
right?
man.
Like,
We had a 67 win team.
yeah.
And then we lost to the freaking Golden State Warriors, who are an 8th seed. You know, it's just...
Yep.
Anyways.
Damn
man.
good career. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone can question
It's,
first ballot Hall of Famer.
It's going to be really tough to watch.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not... I'm not saying their talent level's going to be lower because now we have Kristaps. Hopefully his situation resolves. I'm pretty sure it will. We got Luka. Hopefully we're going to get another good player in the draft. But man, it's gonna be tough to not see 41. Yeah, to not see 41 there.
Yep. And his like goofy antics.
Right.
I'm just remembering. Do you remember we saw? I think it was maybe that documentary that they made about him. That one time he just went to the ticket booth and he was just selling tickets. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Like, people were showing up to pick up their tickets and they were like, "Wait a minute, are you Dirk?" And he was like, "Yeah."
That documentary is called The Perfect Shot. And if you ever want to watch,
You should watch
if
it.
you ever have like an hour and a half to kill, and you want to see somebody with unbelievable work ethic, somebody
It's inspiring. Like,
yeah,
even if you're not a
exactly.
Mavericks fan, like, he is
Sure.
an inspiring, humble, kind person.
Yep.
Really good watch.
Yeah, it was a really good documentary. Anyways,
Also, we should mention that Dwayne Wade has retired as well.
yes.
I'm sorry, Dwayne Wade. We just don't
I'm not
care
sorry.
about you as much.
I don't
Yeah.
like Dwayne Wade.
I don't
after
either.
06.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't either.
Look,
but-
call me petty. I don't give a damn. When you're selling fouls and the refs are buying it, you know, just to win, I don't like that kind of game. But you had a damn good career, 3 championships.
Nobody can take that away.
You had to
You're
have
a baller
Shaq,
for sure.
LeBron James, Chris Bosh to do it, but that's neither here nor there.
Dirk did it with Brian Carpenter, but whatever. Brian Carpenter?
Brian Cardinal.
I mean, Brian Cardinal.
Every damn time. It's the custodian. Put some respect on his name.
And Dirk had to play with Sean Bradley.
Yeah.
That's the respect.
You know what?
right
Sean
there.
Bradley's a jerk, actually.
He is a jerk. We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah. So we met him, and he was one of the most you know, I've you know, met athletes and actors and all this stuff, and everybody's been super cool. He was the one exception. Actually,
Like,
1 out of 2.
He slowed down for 2 seconds to see what you wanted, and then as soon as he figured it out, he just kept walking.
He acted like I was trying to sell him some damn, you know, like whatever. Like so I was trying to like
And
sell him
he
some
wasn't
peanuts.
in the
like,
nice part of the stadium, by the way.
He
We
wasn't
were
the-
in the 300 section,
Exactly.
and he was in the 300 section.
Exactly.
So,
but you know, whatever.
anyway. So, Dwayne Wade retired as
Yeah,
well.
Dwayne Wade retired
Yeah.
as well. Had a good career. Just he was hobbled by 2 awful knees. Had multiple procedures on those knees. And you know, we're actually forgetting a huge story that happened, but
What?
because that's all you heard all week, you know, I don't want to talk that much about it.
What?
Magic Johnson stepped down.
Oh, and Luke Walton has been fired.
Yeah,
So many
and
things.
actually, he just
Oh,
got
I'm
those-
sorry. They mutually
yeah.
parted ways. But 2 days later, he got a new job.
I think with the Kings. Yeah.
The Kings, yeah.
So a
I'm
brief.
sure more of that we'll talk about next week.
Yeah, if you can't tell, this episode's gonna be rushed. It's already 2 a.m. I gotta wake up in 4 hours. But you know, Magic Johnson stepped down. Apparently, he wanted to fire Luke Walton. Genie Bus didn't. So Magic, you know, stepped down and said, "I can't stand all the backbiting and all the negativity around here."
And then,
And then Luke Walton leaves.
Something's weird. It doesn't
mutually,
make sense.
Goes to Sacramento.
yeah.
Genie Bus was driving to the last game when he heard that Magic Johnson stepped down, she took a U-turn and went back home. There's just a lot of drama.
Yeah, apparently
there.
he did it publicly because he didn't want to talk to her directly about it.
He didn't let anybody know. They were doing exit interviews and meetings, all that stuff, and he just said, "No, yeah, I quit."
So weird.
Just like that.
What is going on over there in LA?
It is turmoil. It is turmoil.
It'll be an interesting off season.
It's going to be a hilarious off season because not only do you have all these dramatic elements in LA, the quote unquote Showtime Lakers, Lonzo Ball and his dramatic ass family, LeBron James being the drama king, and then just the whole LA team is just nothing but drama. Like, it's one thing if you're drama and you're winning championships.
No.
It's a whole other thing if you're,
Right.
if you're full of drama and you're
falling apart.
not even making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
and there were such high hopes in the beginning of the season, like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing.
Bunch of turmoil
just
there.
Crash
so
and burn.
I don't know what's gonna happen there, so we'll just have to stay posted. I will mention one thing. I was really disappointed in like the national sports media on Wednesday, because Wednesday was I believe the last game for Dirk and Dwayne Wade. Mm-hmm. And all the radio outlets. So I have a 1 hour commute in the morning, 1 hour commute in the evening. And so I used to listen to music and all that stuff, but now I kind of listen to podcasts like sports, mm-hmm. And some other small stuff. And
do you listen to the S&M podcast?
Oh Lord. So anyways, and a particular show that I like is with Skip Shannon and Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. And
Undisputed.
Yeah. And so it's a 2 hour and 30-minute show on TV, but they reduce the commercials, and it's 1 hour 55 minutes on the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Out of 1 hour and 55 minutes, how much time do you think was devoted to Magic Johnson and the Lakers?
Oh God, an hour, probably 45 minutes.
Try more.
Really? Hour and 15 minutes?
Hour and 52 minutes.
Shut up.
The last 3 minutes? I'm counting, by the way. Who
cares? They're out of the playoffs.
The last 3 minutes was a tweet by Cole Beasley saying that Buffalo shits on Dallas. That's it.
They didn't even mention
Dwayne
Wade and Dirk?
No, I will give them credit, though. On Thursday, they spent one segment each, one on Dwayne Wade, one on Dirk Nowitzki.
Probably because somebody complained.
Yeah, but I mean, that's why it's very tough to like popular sports radio, is because they stick with like the most populous thing in the world, and they just stick and stick and stick. Sometimes you just kind of move on.
Well, it's the same thing. We were talking last week, I think, like the Lakers have been out of the playoffs for a while now.
Right.
Every day on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever, on ESPN, I'm seeing a story about LeBron James and his personal life. Like, I don't care. Tell me about stuff that's pertinent right now.
Exactly. So here's the thing. So Magic Johnson stepped down. There's obvious turmoil. Him and Jeannie Buss, they love each other, all this stuff. Jeannie Buss loves Luke Walton. Luke Walton left. But do we have to analyze every tweet and every word that was said on a podcast? Like, man,
there's like 800 other things happening.
Yeah, there is such a thing as overanalyzing. But anyways, I think we're overanalyzing this topic now. So hey, congrats, Dirk.
Yes.
Man, freaking legend. I don't ever see a player like him ever coming to the NBA like that. But who knows? And Dwayne Wade, yeah, I guess you put your
Good for you, bro.
Also, yeah. I'm just kidding. But all right, next topic is
the basketball playoffs.
Playoffs? All right. So what do we got going on here? We have basketball playoffs start on Saturday, mm-hmm. Which is today is actually Sunday night or Monday morning. So I'm just going to quickly run down the series.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of quickly tell you what the first games were, because now we are, every team has played one game in the playoffs. So Nets beat the 76ers at 76ers. I think the 76ers are going to be a first-round exit. I've thought that for a while.
Yeah.
The Magic beat the Raptors at home. In Toronto. I think Toronto, I've told you this a million times before, I think Toronto is the biggest overhyped team ever. They always have been.
You have said that.
And I think that they're going to be maybe a second-round exit.
Okay.
Warriors beat the crap out of the Clippers, 121-104 at Golden State. I think Golden State will make it into the
They shouldn't have any
Western-
trouble with this series.
I think, but see, if Houston wins, then they'll play Houston next round.
They might have
assuming-
some trouble with Houston.
Yeah,
As
but-
much as I hate to say so.
I've got a bombshell for you.
Okay.
Spurs beat the Nuggets at Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Spurs are going to easily beat Denver in that series. And then today, Sunday, obviously I was watching the Masters, didn't watch any basketball. Had some errands to run tonight. Get this, listen to this score. The Celtics beat the Pacers 84-74. You talk about a snooze
Yikes.
fest. Yeah. I don't see the Celtics going very far, especially with that immature group. They're not gelling. They've got a lot of ego.
What do you mean?
Kyrie Irving and his flat earth bullshit. Anyways,
Ridiculous.
the Trailblazers beat the Thunder 104-99 in Portland. And I think Portland is one of the teams that you really can't sleep on. I actually, I see Portland and Golden State in the NFC, in the Western Conference
They will
Finals.
never play in the
Yeah.
NFC.
I see the Trailblazers and the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, and I actually see the Blazers winning it. And
Really?
going to the Super Bowl. God
Oh my
damn.
God.
Going to the finals against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Interesting. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think it's Blazers Bucks. Yeah. I think Golden State is hard. It's too hard to three-peat.
It is very hard.
Kevin Durant is about to leave.
And they're not
Yeah.
who they used to be.
Yeah, the rumors that Kevin
Not
Durant.
that they're bad, but
yeah,
it's
the
just not
rumors
the
that
same.
Kevin Durant's going to New York.
Yeah.
You know, his brain is not in it. Draymond Green is always kicking people in the nutsack. You know, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I love those two guys. They're amazing. But I there's something about Portland. I just see like that dark horse. You know.
You never know.
In the last two games, we have the Bucks killing the Pistons 121-86 at home in Milwaukee.
Wow.
I see the Bucks going to the finals this year.
Yeah.
And then finally, the Rockets killing the Jazz 122-90. Now, the Jazz are another team that I think you shouldn't sleep on, despite getting killed today.
But the fact that they're playing the Rockets, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, we'll see. So, that's basketball. That's basketball for right now.
While we're on basketball, can I just interject? I'm just curious because you
Yeah,
said
and you know, the next week we'll discuss. I'm pretty sure at that time we'll have some more clarity on
I'll
who's
get a
probably
little
going to
deeper
advance
here.
on that stuff. But go for it.
So the other day, because you just said the 76ers were going to be an easy exit, so I'm just curious your opinion on this. I don't know if you saw this story about Joel Embiid.
I saw the headline, didn't read it yet.
Yeah, so I guess they were down 104-92, and they caught him and Amir Johnson looking at a phone on the bench.
Right.
Which, first of all, is a violation of NBA rules.
Sure.
Like, not just team rules, but NBA rules. And he's been fined by the team. Like, Amir Johnson's fined by the team because it was his phone, apparently.
Right.
But what I read is that they were smiling and looking at a text, but then subsequently, Joel Embiid tried to say, oh, Amir's daughter was sick. We were just checking on her. Like, first of all, why he needs you to help him check on his daughter? And secondly, why are you looking at a phone? Like, these guys are rich. Can't somebody else look at the phone? I mean, now, granted, Amir Johnson was not active for the game.
Right.
But Joel Embiid's active for the game.
Well,
Why are you looking at a phone?
I'm pretty sure you're still, even if you're not inactive, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to have a cell phone.
You're
there.
not. It's
Yeah.
against NBA rules.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just curious your opinion. I don't know. It just seemed like such a ridiculous story. The coach, I don't know the coach's name, the 76ers, but he was like pissed. He was livid.
I just think,
And he was saying this was detrimental to the team. It's embarrassing. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know,
like you're in the playoffs. Folk, I don't care if you're down by 50 points. Like, don't you need to pay attention to what's happening?
yeah, this is the millennial culture. You know, this is what we talked about last week.
Getting the breaks.
Damn, it is getting too late. I
know.
I am just stumbling on my words.
Speed through
But that's what we talked about last week with
taking the breaks in the
yeah,
NFL meetings.
Yeah,
For their brand.
for their branding and their
Yeah.
marketing. Dude, come on, man! Like, just grow up.
If the guy does have a sick kid, I totally feel bad for that. But you're at work.
Yeah,
Like, when you're at work, you can't just willy-nilly take phone calls and look at text messages and shit. Like,
actually, my job doesn't
I
really
don't
give
mean
a shit.
you. I mean, like, people. Like, can you imagine if you were in the middle of a doctor's appointment and your
Right.
doctor was, like, just pulling out his phone, like, hold on, my kid's sick.
Right.
Like, no, have some decorum. Like,
I will say this at my job, it's it's pretty cush. Like I keep my cell
Lord.
phone up there, and
not everybody can do
yeah, I respond to texts all day, and
But you, to be fair, don't get paid millions of dollars.
Don't tell people that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
but no,
I just thought that was the
it's
silliest story that I've ever heard.
I think it's stupid. I think it's this young-minded culture of like, oh, I can do whatever I want. My phone is more important than what's going on. I mean, come on, man. This is the whole like.
How long does a basketball game last? You can't wait to look at your phone until you get to the locker room. I'm sure there are no rules against you looking at your phone in the locker room.
Even if there's 8 seconds left and you're down by 20 points,
that's the worst time. Yeah, that's the least excusable
your head
time.
Better be in the game. Yeah. I mean, it's just forget all that other crap. It's just professional decorum. Yeah, that's it.
It's just a really bad look.
It's a common courtesy to your teammates to say, hey, I don't care if we're up by 20 points or down by 20 points. I'm going to be as focused as I was.
Yeah. And beyond that, if you let athletes start looking at phones, like, isn't there some cheating that could be, maybe not in basketball, I don't know, but like game plan stealing, sign stealing, call stealing, like there's so many problems here. It's just stupid.
But you know these young athletes, this is going to be Instagramming and Facebooking. Nobody.
Ridiculous.
Anyways, I don't even care. These phones. Do you know how many times?
You know how many stories we've done on
well,
phones?
I was going to say, for a personal thing, and I'm pretty sure this hits close to home for everybody. How many times have you seen a car swerve into your lane or almost cut you off or slam on their brakes for a red light, and you roll up right by them and they're on their cell phone?
And it's always like Facebook. You are so self-important you can't look at Facebook when you get home. Here's a public service announcement to everyone. Look at Facebook when you get home.
Yeah.
Don't run over me because you need to check how many likes you got on your picture.
I mean, whatever. Look, for me, I mount my phone because I want to see what song is coming up next.
Or GPS or something.
GPS. Or if there's an email or whatever, I can just glance at it and not even touch it, right?
You don't need to be scrolling on your phone.
But, like, I can't tell you how many times I'm like, oh, crap, and I slam on my brakes or have to swerve in the next lane. And then, like, the other car corrects themselves, and I roll by, and their phone is in their face. I'm like, dude, we're going like 70, 75 on the highway.
Right.
Well, okay, let's be real. It's Houston. We're going like 35 on the highway, like.
Still, you're not stopped at a light.
Dude, don't kill me because you are addicted to your phone. Ugh. And you're talking to the guy who I love checking my phone. I don't do a lot of social media stuff, but I love checking my phone.
You check ESPN a lot.
I check ESPN all the time. Those kind of things. The score, my betting stuff. I love checking every morning, like Facebook, whoever's birthday it is. I want to send them a happy birthday, whatever.
That secret app that you use for fantasy football that you wouldn't tell me about.
I'm still not going to tell you about it.
We'll address that in September, my friend.
I'm not going to tell nobody about it. But anyways, and we also have NHL playoffs.
Well, this is going to be embarrassing. Let's try to cover the NHL playoffs. So hockey, right? The Dallas Stars are in, though.
Dallas Stars are in.
And they're doing good, right?
They're tied. They're down 1-2 to the Nashville Predators.
Oh, they're down. I thought they were.
God, I hate the Predators.
Okay. Who's even favored to win the Stanley Cup this year?
I can't believe you're asking that right now.
Google faster.
Jesus. Oh, that's funny. It's an old picture of Peyton Manning.
What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. It's an advertisement on I'm looking at.
What kind of weird website are you looking at that has an advertisement with an old picture of Peyton Manning? Is it like a nerd dating app or something?
All right, so next week we're going to do better on hockey because I don't...
Maybe we should just cover hockey next week. It's just the first round, right?
So how down 0-2, Lightning could lose Kucherov after a hit.
Are you reading someone else's story on our podcast?
That seems pretty important.
Kucherov, yeah, he's important.
He's definitely Russian.
How many games do they play? 5?
Yeah, best of 5 of the first round.
So we still have some time. We'll cover it next week. We'll do our research, people.
Unless the Stars lose one more game.
And then?
Then they're out.
Yeah, so we still should talk about it.
Yeah.
The Mavericks are out of the damn playoffs. We're still talking about that.
Yeah, I will say I'm pretty stoked about the Vegas Golden Knights. That's always a good story.
Such a Cinderella story last year, right? But they didn't win.
No, but
but they almost did, right?
Yeah, but like, you piecemeal a team full of
We were in Vegas around this time last year.
Yeah.
And they were like, everybody was like real hype about it.
God, everybody's wearing their jerseys. Their logos are emblazoned over casinos.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun when a new team takes everybody by storm like that.
You know what was not fun?
What?
Getting yelled at Caesar's Palace because my daughter was on the gambling floor.
Oops. Hey,
I'm like, she could
here's
barely
another
walk.
little PSA for you guys. You cannot have a 1-year-old in the sports book.
Yeah, she could barely walk.
We're just like letting her walk around like she's toddling around all these degenerates. Like, okay, have
first
fun,
of all,
sweetie.
our flight came in at 7 a.m. I'm not running after her. She's like running over the floor. She's like touching the leg of the
She
the
was
pit
having
boss.
a real good time.
Yeah, and like the pit boss is like, oh hey, look at this cute baby. I don't know why the pit boss is Russian,
Yeah.
but I just felt like he was. And I remember like security came. First of all, security hauled off some dude in handcuffs. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then like,
And still had the time to tell us to take our
yeah.
toddler out the
They're
way.
like, whose kid is this? I was like, oh, it's mine. They're like, you can't have a kid on the gambling floor. I'm like, what the hell is she gonna do?
I'm watching her. She didn't put any money on anything.
She was 1 year and 1 month old.
You know what you just
learning to
reminded
walk.
me? I bet money while we were there. There was
Oh my
money waiting
God.
for me in Las
You
Vegas.
want to hear this? Oh, jeez, man.
It was on hockey too, wasn't it?
If you guys ever want to, like, just... this is the shit I have to deal with. So...
I won you money.
I
What?
literally... Okay, so
Please tell the
I
people
told
how bad
Misty, I was
it
like,
is.
hey, I'll watch our kid. Why don't you go... I want you to go to sport... You've never bet at sports books. I have. So go over there and make any bet. And she's like, well, there's nothing on. I was like, bet on hockey. Just bet whoever you want to. It doesn't matter. She's like, okay, fine. So she went there and she did the full registration, did it all herself.
I filled out
And
the
it-
tax forms and
Oh
everything.
man, it took like 20 minutes. And I'm sitting
Yeah.
there like, damn, dude, like hurry up. And they would not let me there with our kids. So I was like, okay, no big deal. We'll just walk around and blah, blah, blah. So she put a bet for 2 hockey games and she parlayed it. One was that day and no, this is a simple mistake. It was the next day, which is well after our flight leaves.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. Well, hey, if you win, then we have money to come back for. Well, she ended up winning, and now we have like money there. And like,
Well, because I don't know if you guys know this now, but because it's 2019, when you bet at Caesar's Palace, you have like an app
yeah,
that holds your money or
that's
something.
kinda lame.
But you can only open that app if you're
In
in the
Nevada.
state of Nevada.
Yeah.
Like if you try to open it, it says like you're out of the range, whatever.
So my friends that were in Vegas, I called the sports book and I got a password reset and I gave it to them and it blocked them out too.
So weird.
And I'm like, man, so
I guess they know like that. I don't. Do phones have an IP address or something? Like kind of situation. I don't know. My money better be
Nerd.
there. Whatever.
but no, if we
My
are,
money better be waiting for. I'm sure it's like a $3 or $4 or something
well,
crazy. But
well, we're planning a trip to LA end of this month, so maybe we can stop by Vegas.
excuse me, pilot. Could you let me know we're flying over Nevada
No,
so I
no,
can
no.
open my app, please?
Oh, that's even more clever. That's brilliant. I didn't even think
We
about
don't have
that.
to pay to stop.
Right, no. Hopefully we can stop by Vegas for a couple hours and do that.
Is it like a savings account? Like the longer you leave it in there, do they pay you interest?
Yeah, you know what's funny? Somebody,
What?
I think Shannon Sharp brought this up. This is brilliant. Okay, how did he state this? When you have a bank account, you get paid interest, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
No, you get paid interest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're paying you money to hold your
hold
money,
it,
right?
yeah. So they should also give you interest.
Right. Fine. So you get interest, right?
Yeah.
But when you pay your tax for the IRS to hold their money, you're paying a shitload more.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess and I don't know. It's all variable, and a $5,000 account doesn't mean crap for your $60,000 salary or whatever. But yeah, it's a funny. I love stuff like that because it kind of makes you think. Kind of makes you think how things are structured in this country.
Speaking
or
of,
this world, yeah.
file your taxes tomorrow, right?
Oh, well,
It's tomorrow tax day.
oh, gotta follow that extension. Huh. Anyways, is there anything else on the slate?
Yeah, I mean, we need to cover hockey a little better, but we'll save that for next week.
for sure.
I don't think so. I think that
All right.
kind of covers it, unless you want to talk about Tiger Woods some more.
Tiger Woods, y'all. So we did all this in one take. There were no breaks. It's now 2:20 in the morning.
We had to go to bed.
I got to get up at 6 a.m. But I'm all showered up, so I can probably wake up at 6:20.
Too much information for the people.
Yeah.
Oh, we jumped right into it because Sharuk was so excited about Tiger Woods winning. So thanks for listening. You can write us at snmsportstalk@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook and Instagram, SNM Sports Talk. On Twitter, what is it? SM
my
Sports Talk
God.
1. SM Sports Talk 1. And yeah, feel free to write us.
Hey, you will very rarely see me this jazzed. I I didn't care about the credentials. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about, hey guys, how are you doing this week?
Wait until football season.
Forget my positivity of, I hope everybody had a swell week. Let's talk about sports. No, man. I was like all in on Tiger Woods and the Masters.
Yes.
You know, and it's not even just about Tiger Woods winning. There is something about majors in golf that is so much fun to watch. I like watching golf tourneys anyways. I can never catch Thursdays and Fridays because of work, but the weekend I love watching it. But there is something about the 4 major tournaments that is just, it's so hyped up, like the stories, and they do all the historic stories and all that stuff, and it makes my weekend so much fun.
It's like a big to-do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I didn't blow out the damn tire, I got to watch Saturday. Anyways.
The Goodyear guy would just change the damn channel.
Right. Hope you all have a great week.
Yes, have a good week.
Apologies for, you know.
We'll start with hockey next week.
We'll get hockey. And my apologies to
and baseball. I'm sure some stuff happened in baseball, too.
to the wonderful people of Italy for my Molinari impression. All right. Until next week.